Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us again on another DawdleLive conversations. Today, we have a prolific leader, Mr. Amit Saxena, with us. Very visionary leader with over 2 decades of global experience across India and Africa. And his professional journey has consistently driven large-scale digital transformation and IT modernization initiatives. Currently, he's serving as Vice President Information Technology, also as a CIO at Millennium Semiconductors, where he leads enterprise-wide technology strategy, governance, and innovation. His expertise spans ERP implementation, which includes SAP HANA, also into supply chain digitalization, business intelligence, and cybersecurity management. He has previously led IT functions for multinational conglomerates across regions like Kenya, Zambia, and South Africa. And he brings a very strong record of aligning IT strategy with business growth. He is recognized for fostering operational excellence, optimizing infrastructure, and enabling data driven decision making. And he continues to empower organizations through resilient, future ready technology ecosystems. I welcome you, Mr. Amit. Thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday evening to share your insights with our global audience.
Thank you, Rishi, and thank you for the introduction and all my journey toward 26 year of experience. So before we start, just to going with that question which we have, you know, targeting to our today's session, I just want to give you a quick snapshot in my overall experience and my journey so far. So overall, I have a 26 year of experience in IT, where I have worked 60% in Africa and 40% somewhere in India. And this two continental is really a great learning for me toward starting of my career and today where we are sitting right now in terms of driving the transformation with the organization level and driving the new initiative as well, where AI era again is important to understand, to adopt, to accept and to learn and move on. So these are the area I think we are really feel that we are lucky on that period where transformation is going on very fast and most of the leader, I think the business side, tech side, they're ready to adopt the technology. In our past experience, there are so many resistance, there are so many concern and challenge over there where the adoption and where the transformation is not easily to adopt. So I think this is really great for all of us to have that adoption, and people are ready to adopt the new technology and ready to drive the new technology in the business transformation level. This is the journey which I'm doing right now. And again, last 2 years I'm in India. I already based in Pune. Need toward in my current company. Again, we are taking on the next step, and we have some target. We have some clear mindset approach where we have to take care about the industry and myself as well to take care about the next era of AI as well. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Amit. Thank you so much for giving this background. The first topic that we have is related to IT transformations, and you have led IT transformations across Africa and now in India as well within high growth, high pressure environments. So, how did your Africa experience shape your thinking as a CIO before stepping into India's rapidly evolving digital ecosystem?
Great question. Actually, the question completely understand what you're talking about. But if you have to understand my career in terms of my journey, like India, Africa, and now coming back to India, so I start my career from India, okay, where I spent 5, 6, 7 years throughout my starting of the career and. To improve in terms of the learning side and in terms of the middle management side as well. But I transformed to the Africa region, okay, where I feel that India and Africa in terms of the continent, in terms of the people, there are so much difference. Especially the person where you does not have any experience in Africa continental as well. So therefore, it's a really really big challenge over there. But unfortunately, I was luckiest where I have a great team over there, great mentor over there. Same time, the leadership team was also very much user friendly in terms of giving the guidance, giving the mentoring, giving the clear experience. Whatever they have learned during that session, they have to transform that session to us as well, how to drive the people. Because I believe that people management and leadership skill is a very very important to drive any technological project, any transformation, and any change management as well. Because if you don't know how to manage the people, then definitely you have to face a lot of challenge over there. And I'm just giving one example. When I started in Africa journey 2009, starting, my background was very aggressive. I was very demanding person. When I was in India, I work in JBM, I work in Hero Group. So The people in India is very, aggressive approach, always to ready to do the things in a very quick manner and ready to do the things in after office hour. But when I was in Africa, like people are very easy, very cool. Like their weekend will start on the Friday evening, and people are very cool and very I can tell you like normal, like if you have so much things on your plate but still they are going on a normal manner. So I was really very, starting 6 months I was really in very, different manner, like how we manage the thing. I was feeling like how to drive the journey for the company. But slowly I feel that I started to understand the people, and then they also understand my expectation on the ground, and that will give me the clear road clear planning in terms of the execution on the ground, and same time to drive the execution and the project. If I'm giving my experience, that Africa is definitely it's a very pleasant country and very cool person over there. So you have to understand the people first, then you have to drive the journey on the ground. Without understanding the people, it's always accidental approach. And I always suggest that not to go on that direction. That is my journey so far, and I really enjoy on that. Then I spent 14 years in a different continental across different country, and Africa within a country again there are different people. Like you cannot believe that one person in South Africa and one person in Kenya, and you feel that they are both are same. I don't think that that is another different model. So you have to understand the country first, understand the geography, understand the local language, understand the people, and then you have to drive. Then the engagement and the connectivity is going in a different manner. So I feel that I have done this journey, and based on that journey I have success this 14 year toward. And overall, I have drive so many projects on ground where I have done GTM initiative and ERP related so many initiative in different country. Then analytics project we have done. So I think people management, change management is very important, and then only you have to success in your career as well.
Amit, when we talk about, digital transformation landscape in African markets vis-a-vis with India, what was that which stood out the most? Like the differences in terms of infrastructure readiness, stakeholder expectation, and speed of execution.
You see, Africa and India nowadays they are also growing very fast because technology is growing everywhere in the world nowadays. Okay, in the past, I can understand there was a big challenge where Africa was not that advanced in terms of the technology, in terms of the people, in terms of the leadership team. Also, they are not up to date to know the what is the latest technology is available in the market.
Yes.
I feel last after COVID, after pandemic, again, people are very much upgraded in terms of the latest technology. Second thing, when we are comparing India versus Africa in terms of the digital transformation, infrastructure, people adoption, of course, India is far away in terms of the technology, okay, in terms of people, in terms of the adoption, in terms of the skill set of the people as well. Where Africa is not that much of advance, but last 5 6 years, most of the IT company like Microsoft, Google, and all big five consulting firms like KPMG, Deloitte, they all are very easily adopting the market, and they are transforming the skill set, transforming the manpower resources, everything on the ground. Therefore, the global change management is impacting Africa market as well. And even in India is also targeting Africa nowadays. There is another concern, like people are ready to adopt, people are ready to change. However, when you are comparing, comparison is not the right comparison because Africa and India they are far away in terms of the technology. But yes, they are moving on, and maybe next 5 to 10 years, Africa is one of the best continental in terms of the technology side as well.
Got it. And sir, you have implemented ERP and supply chain digitalization programs across both the regions. Can you walk us through a real transformation, story where regional context, African or Indian, significantly influenced your execution strategy or success factors?
Yes. So if you have already gone through my profile, so 2013 onwards, I start this MNC company where the transformation and center of excellency will drive from India to Africa. Okay. And you have know that Godrej is one of the big MNC where we started this journey for all the Africa country like South Africa, Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, all this country. So there was a big merger over there from Godrej to that Africa country. And that merger is give me that learning skill, like how to transform that center of excellency type of, all the process like supply chain. So supply chain is the one area where we have to start warehouse management, SNOP model, logistic integration, okay, end-to-end customer integration, EDI management. So there are so many initiatives we have driven with help of our India team as well. And second thing, we have a very clear mandate that we have to make sure that all our process is going at the global level. So we don't want anything in going in a silo mode, like where we have another process in Africa and India is doing a different process. And end of the day, the process is not going to tally. Then the conflict will start. So therefore, that mandate was very clear that we have to drive the central excellency from India to go all our best practice approach in South Africa, Tanzania, Uganda, Kenya, and West Africa region as well. So this journey give me a lot of learning and adoption and transformation with the new leadership team, with the down the line team in the warehouse side, factory side, corporate office side. Again, it's not easy to transform. There are so much resistance over there. There are so much change management concern was there. But I was having a excellent support from across my team from India, and again different functions like HR, supply chain, global model, where we have to start approaching on that same direction, and we have done this adoption in a very fast manner as well.
And while you're operating in an emerging market, it often brings variability in infrastructure stability, cyber threats, and vendor maturity. So how do you design resilient IT ecosystem that can withstand these regional uncertainties while ensuring business continuity?
Very interesting point. The setup and this fundamental we started in 2013 onwards. So when we started the journey in Africa, even 2009, this was not that challenging because the company was not having too much location in Africa region. But when you have a too much different location across Africa region and you want to centralize system, ecosystem, in terms of all the location connectivity and security and end user experience, then definitely you need a proper ecosystem as well. So when I started 2013 ERP system implementation in different country, the first mandate was that how to build a strong infrastructure in terms of the connectivity, in terms of the IT security, in terms of the server management. All this area we have drive very very thoroughly, and we drive with the documentation, we drive with the best practice approach, we drive with all IT security and next 5 year project planning as well. But we have to drive this infrastructure, we have to think next 5 year approach as well. Therefore, 2013, we agreed that we have to build our data center in India, and the India data center will work in across Africa region with MPLS connectivity. The connectivity which we have to make sure that we have a proper connectivity to access our server and all the location to ensure the 99% uptime. Then after that, we move on SD-WAN connectivity after 3-4 years. But initially, we agreed we have to go with the centralized connectivity in India. Then same time, I have to deploy the IT security policy across Africa region to maintain data security, privacy, all other concerns. Rishi, is very important when you are planning for a ERP or digital transformation. Your fundamental is very, very important to drive, understand the DR, to understand the BCP policy, where you have a clear objective and clear mindset approach that next 5 years, these are the areas you need to implement. And you make sure that you have a clear uptime because you are running the application, which is related to your business direct impact on that. So we have done very, clear planning and approach on that part, and we executed it well. And slowly we roll out across all the Africa region.
And as we see all these AI-led application development and all this predictive decision making are coming to the forefront, which region, Africa or India, do you see adopting intelligent IT operations faster? And what must tomorrow's CIOs do differently to stay ahead?
So again, you see, India is far away. Like India is too advanced in terms of AI, in terms of adoption of the new technology, adoption of advanced analytics as well. I have done couple of initiative in analytics and proactive approach as well, which you rightly mentioned on that. So I'm just giving one example, like demand forecasting is always a big challenge across global. I can tell you, not Africa, India, global concern, because you never know what happened tomorrow. Today, even US concern like the tariff is a big challenge, global challenge. Then logistics again is a big concern. The duty, you never know what the duty percentage is going to increase. So you need very resilient and you need very much eco-friendly demand forecasting,
Yeah.
logistics management, and import-export type of model. Okay,
Mm.
to manage your business in any situation. So
Yes.
therefore, when I was in South Africa region, I have done one project for demand forecasting for Kenya, South Africa, and after that, we drive from Nigeria and West Africa region as well. So demand forecasting again giving me a clear thought process, like you make sure that your stock is not going in a slope, especially in the dead stock moment, because the moment it's going in a dead stock means you are losing the money straightforward. Second thing, you are not going to stock out as well, because
Uh,
if you are going to stock out, then again your top line is going to impact immediately on that part. So in between, you have to manage what is the right approach, what is the right algorithm, where you have to drive the demand forecasting in 12-month period to understand the right demand from the market. Based on that, you have a clear planning for the manufacturing, and same time you are planning for the raw material, because
yes.
you are buying the raw material from different sources, different country, and you are doing the manufacturing in different plant, different factory location, and each and every factory you have a capacity utilization as well. So this something is really, helped me a lot to understand the business concept. I have done so much analysis in terms of the external data, internal data, trend analysis,
Mm.
reasonable sales.
Mm.
So we have done so many parameters, and after that we start the journey. And the moment we implement the first rollout project,
Yeah.
and first and second month we got 60%
Mm.
accuracy on the data,
Mm.
60% accuracy in the demand forecasting. And I remember that 6 8 months, it took me 6 to 8 months to bring 70 75% accuracy. But again, 75% accuracy in the forecasting model is really great achievement,
Mm.
because you are controlling everything, inventory to consumer, because this is something B2C model, and
Yes.
business to consumer use is really different ball game overall level. This is something you have to understand with help of the analytics, then define some algorithm. And I remember that time 2018-19 AI is not that much of advanced, where we
Mm.
have to understand like chat gpt and copilot type of model,
Mm.
where you have to learn something, you have to drive the algorithm yourself, you have to ask that question, and then you have to build the clear logic in terms of the analytics side. So but overall level, I think this journey was a successful journey, and we manage to control our inventory. We manage the slop reduction as well,
Yes.
and I think this is something nowadays also people are driving very well, and they have to control everything based on the demand forecasting model.
And now, towards the end of this podcast, if you have to leave future CIOs with three key lessons for scaling digital transformation in culturally diverse regions like India and Africa, what would that be?
So I think three or four major concepts which I feel, especially to share my leadership team and my colleague and my other CIO global firm. I always focus on first point is to build a strong fundamental infrastructure.
Hmm.
Don't rush too much on AI side. Definitely AI you have to adopt end of the day, but if your fundamental is not correct,
Hmm.
if you are not a right process setting in
Hmm.
any function, and you are driving the AI, this is another accidental. So build a proper fundamental in infra side, in process side, business side, and then only you have to drive the AI, Gen AI, yeah, whatever the function, whatever the analytic you want to drive, you have to drive on that. Second part, I'm talking about people management and upgradation of the new technology.
Hmm.
This area, I think most of the time we miss it out. We driving in a single, we have to drive in a silo manner, but we are not focused too much on the people management side. So this is very important nowadays, that you have to make sure that your team, your business team, your function team, IT team, everybody should upgrade it with the new technology. Continuous learning is a very important to adopt the transformation and to readiness of the business on the next level. And the third and most important part is adoption and change management. So the moment we are coming on that era like AI, analytics, all this cyber security and transformation of the business side, like especially on the Salesforce related things, CRM related things, there's so many things are coming. But sometimes adoption is always a challenge. So I feel that go with the proper use case, showcase the business benefit to the function head, to the leadership team, with the example of ROI, with the example of how to improve the productivity. And then I feel that that option is coming in a fast manner. Don't rush without the data. Don't force too much on the end user and the leadership team to drive without the logic. Sometimes this is really again giving me a concern and giving all CIOs a big challenging in terms of the adoption. So I believe push and pull. There are approach, Rishi. One change is coming pull, one change is coming push. But pull and push both are in hybrid model. So you cannot go 100% with the pull. You have to not you have to make sure that everything is not coming on the pull basis. Something is coming on the push. So everywhere, every organization, some people are very techno friendly. They are mean you are not going to explain what exactly they have to do, but they have to start adopting very fast. They have to learn their own self with help of Google and help of other tool as well. But some people are not ready to adopt. So I think this hybrid model is very important for CIO CTO level to drive with pull and push model and with proper articulate the use cases, articulate proper ROI, articulate proper productivity management as well. Then I think transformation is going in a very fast manner. So these are the area I feel that most of the CTO CI required to drive, and then I feel that the difference will automatically will come on that direction.
Thank you so much, Amit, for sharing your insights with our audience. Very insightful session. We touched upon a lot of points and specifically the regional differences which are there between Africa and India and how IT transformation projects take place in both the geographies was superbly insightful. Always great to hear from seasoned leaders like you who have worked across geographies, across companies, and have, most importantly, have started from scratch and now are occupying CXO level position at a very big organization. Thank you so much, Amit, for joining us.